Hello everyone, and welcome to my second episode in my Tarkov Informational series. In this episode, I'll be outlining the economy system in Tarkov. If we're picking up from the last episode, I would suggest learning the economic basics of the game even before you start your first raid. This is important so that you know what to keep or sell, and the best way to do it. The economy in Tarkov is very extensive, from the in-game trading and bartering to the flea market. Most of this can be very confusing and quite difficult to understand, but I hope to clear some of that up in this video. A quick side note, this video took so long because I personally had to learn a lot of the economy system of the game because I've only scratched the surface before. The very first thing to note is that there are three different currencies used in the game: rubles, euros, and US dollars. Rubles are the most common, and you will primarily be trading with this currency. Additionally, all but one of the in-game traders will give you rubles in return for items. No matter how deep in your stash you store your money, you can always see your total count in the top right corner. However, I recommend keeping your money stored in an accessible location. Another thing to keep in mind is that sometimes you won't be paying money for your items. Some players and even the in-game traders will find other items more valuable than money and will ask for different items in return. This is known as a barter trade. Alright, the next thing we will talk about is the in-game traders. Here we see 8 people: Prapor, Therapist, Fence, Skier, Peacekeeper, Mechanic, Ragman, and Jaeger. I will quickly run down each of their key aspects and why they are important. First, we have the local thrift store owner, Ragman. He will take any wearable items from tactical rigs to backpacks, hats, and even glasses. He won't buy too much else, and most of the items you sell to him must be in working condition. Then we have the Russian doctor who owns the medical clinic down the street, Therapist. She will buy medical supplies and most keys. She'll also buy some various valuables like gold chains and gold coins. One important barter trade from Therapist level 1 is the painkillers trade. If you find 2 boxes of matches, you can trade those for a 4-pack of painkillers. Then there is the local firearms enthusiast and huntsman, Jaeger. Jaeger lives in a hunting blind in the woods map and really likes food. Jaeger will buy select weapon parts, knives, medical supplies, and of course, food. His preferred items seem to coincide with that of a hunter or prepper of sorts. Second level Jaeger will unlock the ability to purchase fuel for your hideout. After Jaeger, there's Mechanic. This dude is the go-to gun crafter, and he will take almost anything to make his guns as powerful as can be. He is the guy to go to if you're selling weapon parts and or anything related to ammo, magazines, and any other weapon-related items. One notable thing with Mechanic is that he has a barter trade for an ammo box. If you can find 5 blue and 2 green gunpowders early on, this is a great case to get to save some stash space. The European tourist, otherwise known as Skier, is the next trader, and he is pretty useless other than a couple of his items for sale. The tactical blue laser he sells is used in a couple of the mechanic gunsmith quests, and he also sells 20 gauge shotgun ammo. Prapor is your local gun shop owner and has some decent budget guns for early game, and is a good trader to buy ammo from. Then there is Peacekeeper. This guy is an American arms dealer who will buy items for US dollars and sell items related to 5.56 and 9mm guns. He also allows you to exchange rubles for US dollars. Once you get him to loyalty level 2, he sells the necessary parts for the early quest, Gunsmith Part 3. Then there's Fence. You should not ever sell anything to Fence except for knives before you unlock Jaeger. Another ready use for Fence is the experience you gain from searching the unknown items in his shop, and he also gives you the final quest to receive the coveted Kappa container, but other than that, he's pretty useless. Now, I didn't put that list in a random order. There is a reason for the order I chose, and this is the order in which you should check for vendoring, or selling your items to these traders. If your items are not found in raid, or sell for the same amount to the traders as they would on the flea, you should probably be better off just selling them to one of the traders. Some of them will give you more money for the same items, and the order to check as of making this video right now is Ragman, then Therapist and Jaeger, both of which will sell for the same prices, they just take different items, then Mechanic, then Skier, Prapor, Peacekeeper, then Fence. If you ever sell to Fence for whatever reason, he will give you by far the lowest prices. You may have heard me mention loyalty levels and leveling up your traders. As you progress through the game, you will be completing quests, buying and selling items between the traders. This increases your standing with the traders, and as your standing increases, you unlock higher loyalty levels. This allows you to buy more items from the traders. And I will make more videos about quests and maybe even more in details about the traders, but this is the main reason why the quests are so important. So that was all of the in-game traders. Let's talk now about the flea market. The first thing we need to talk about here is that the little symbol down in the bottom right corner of all of your items. This will tell you if the item has a found in raid status. This is very important for some quest items, but most importantly for the flea market. You are only able to sell items on the flea market that have this found in raid status. Otherwise, if you wish to sell it, you're going to have to vendor it to a trader. The flea market is pretty much what it sounds like, a giant market in which all players place offers for each other to buy. Anything in Tarkov can be sold on the flea market. However, this does not mean that you will find everything you'll need. The biggest thing with the flea market is pricing. If you're trying to sell something on the flea, you're going to need to undercut the other offers. By how much is up to you, but I usually try to do it by a couple of hundred rubles to account for other people placing offers at the same time. You can price your items however high or low you would like, but the goal is to make profit. Another important thing to remember when using the flea market is that there is a small fee to pay when you put up an offer. While it's not a very large and extensive fee, you will need to pay that straight up instead of after you sell the item. One final thing with the flea market is your trader reputation. The Tarkov wiki explains it very well, but as you gain a higher reputation on the flea market, you can place more offers at a single time. Alright, so the in-game traders and the flea market are the two most noticeable aspects of the Tarkov economy, and I think that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you found this interesting, and maybe you learned something. There's always something new to learn in Tarkov, so feel free to leave anything that I missed down below in the comments. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.